wanted to share a little bit of a pro tip on how to make sure that the thing you're knitting will actually fit you and that it will have that really nice fit that you like. So I, as you know, design most of my knitwear myself. And even if you don't design your knitwear yourself from scratch, but you use patterns, maybe you want to make some alterations, or maybe you have some really specific things. Like in my experience, most of us have some really specific things that we like for our body types. So for example, I like a long sleeve. I also like these kind of balloon sleeves. I like it to be a little bit oversized. One really helpful thing that I've often done is that I've used an existing garment. So one of my favorite knitwears or garments that I have in my in my closet, and they could even be store-bought garments, and then I take the measurements from that garment to see what their measurements are and how I prefer it to be. So this is one that I really like. I like the fit of it, I like the length of it. So then I've used that as a guide, because sometimes I find that just taking your own measurements doesn't really tell you anything. I mean, sure, when you're doing a pattern, it's good to know your own measurements, but when you're designing something, it's actually more useful knowing what the measurements are on an existing garment that you would like to incorporate into your new knitted thing to get that fit. And then obviously then if you would start to design something from scratch, the way you would do it, you would take all the kind of crucial measurements. So, you know, bust circumference, you would take the circumference of the sleeves and the cuff, and also shoulder to hem length. And then you would have those measurements, and then next is that you would do a gauge swatch. So you would knit a little bit of sample in the needles and the yarn that you're planning to use. And then it's really mathematics and trying to see how you will get that same measurements with that gauge. So for example, if you have, let's say on 10 centimeters, you get 20 stitches and you want to have the circumference of the body is going to be, well, just now for simplicity's sake, 100 centimeters, you would need to have 200 stitches for the body to get that 100 centimeters, to get that nice oversized or whatever the look is that you're going for.